We are continuing today on Monday, the 29th of Tishrei, October 24th, 6th parak of Mesillas Yesharim. So Michal writes as follows: V'hinei, anachnu roim be'einenu kama v'kama pamim, shekvar libo shala adam yodea chovaso, v'nis ames etzlo masha roi lo lahatzolas nafsho, u'masha chova lov mitzad baro, v'af al pi ken yanichehu, lo michesron hakaras hachova hahi, so perhaps one of the most profound statements in the entire Sefer, that Ramchal says, we see, still focusing on the detrimental and negative nature of atzlos, of laziness, that Ramchal says there are so many times in life where I know what I have to do. Right? I know what I have to do. I know what I have to accomplish. I know what I have to be. I know who I have to be. I know what I have to do. And yet I still don't do it. Why not? He says at the end of the day, it's not because of a lack of clarity. It's not a lack of understanding. It's not for any other reason except for the fact of laziness. Of laziness, that inaction is just much more appealing to me than dynamic activity. V'hariu omer, ochel kima, o ishan kima, o kashalai teisi besi. A person say, you know what, I know what I have to do. I'm going to eat a little bit first, rest a little bit first. It's too difficult to go leave the house. I already took off my coat. How should I put it back on? It's chama azabal. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's raining. And like many of the other excuses, that the mouths of the lazy are filled with them. A really profound statement. So Ramchal says, this is what happens to us in life. I know what I have to do. Sometimes they say, I lack clarity about what I'm supposed to do in life. Sometimes you lack clarity. A lot of times I have perfect clarity about what I have to do. I just, unfortunately, suffer from laziness. I suffer from atzlos. And so I make excuses. No one likes to say they're lazy. So instead I make excuses about why I can't accomplish something at this particular juncture. He goes on, he says, and in the interim, what happens? While I'm making my excuses, Torah remains unlearned. That which needs to get done never gets done. And a person unfortunately veers away from Hashem. Is actually a very profound statement. This is what Shlomo HaMelech means when he says as follows. Quoting over here the pasuk. I'm sorry. Good. Quoting over here the pasuk in Koheles, where Shlomo Melech says, so because of laziness, through laziness the ceiling sags, and through idleness of the hands the house leaks. It's such an incredible statement. Again, through laziness the ceiling sags, and through the idleness of hands the house leaks. The idea being, I know what I have to do. I know I have to repair the roof. I know I have to repair the ceiling. But again, I'm too tired. I'm too this. I'm too busy. I'm too this. There's a million and one reasons why I can't do the things that I need to do. And ultimately, again, what ends up happening is through this atzlos, life just falls into a greater state of disrepair. V'ulam, im tishlas pia atzal yavolacham ma'arim rabim mima'amari chacham ba'mikros min aksuvim ba'atanis min asecha asher kulo yoru lo lefi daito mishubeshes v'hakel alav u'lanicha b'menuchas atzlaso. This is interesting. The Ramchal writes, by the way, but no one ever says they're lazy. So if you ask the lazy person, tell me, the ceiling is leaking. The proverbial ceiling is leaking. Right? The roof is leaking. The ceiling is sagging. You know there are things you have to do in life. Why are you not doing them? Person who generally will not say, I'm lazy. Rather, a person will come up with a whole variety of different reasons why they can't do what they're supposed to do. It's not the right time. It's not the right this. There's a whole variety of reasons. And again, the incredible thing is, the more you tell yourself those reasons, the more they actually sound really good and compelling. And a person, I'm often not self-aware enough to know those aren't real reasoning. Those aren't real reasons. They're not reasons that stem from my intellect. They're reasons that stem from my atzlos, from my laziness. Asher biyosi goveresbo, mata daito v'sichlo ala taina sa'ela, asher lo yishma l'kol ha'chachamim, v'anshei dar nechona. Literally again screams about. Shlomo HaMelech makes the statement, and he says, "Chacham atzal be'einav meshive tam." Literally translated, the lazy one is wiser in his own eyes than 7 who answer sensibly. Ki ha'atzla eno manachas lo sheyihya afilu chash ledivrei mochichim oso. Eliyachshav hakol etom eshotim v'hu levado chacham. And again, what the Ramchal is just describing over here is something so profoundly dangerous. You see, the other part that the Ramchal is describing over here is not only is laziness dangerous, but sometimes laziness also prevents me from having complete self-awareness. And I don't see myself for who I really am, or I don't see why I'm doing for why I'm really doing it. So in my mind, again, I'll just be Bar Shalom Melech's mashal. The roof is leaking, the ceiling is sagging. There are things that need to get done in life. Oh, I know they have to get done in life. So why am I not doing it? Because of this, because of that. And I think I'm actually coming up with really good reasons. I think that these things actually really make sense. This is why I can't do all the things I need to do. And what I don't realize, or what I fail to realize, or what I refuse to realize, is that these aren't compelling reasons. This is the atzlus. This is the life laziness talking. And the life laziness doesn't come in the form of just saying, hey, I'm lazy, but rather it comes up with all different types of excuses why we can't do the things we need to do. I will tell you, just on a personal level, I find these words so instructive because we all have these things in life that we know we're supposed to get done, but yet they're not getting done. If you ask me why they're not getting done, I could give you so many good and cogent reasons why I can't yet accomplish the things I want to accomplish. But if I'm honest with myself, sometimes there are good reasons, but more often than we'd like to admit, the reason is simple atzlus. I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like exerting. I don't feel like pushing. I don't feel like doing. I just feel like coasting. The Ramchal says, okay, it could work. You could convince yourself with these excuses. But as you said in the last year, what's the problem? Then the proverbial life field becomes overgrown with thorns, with thistles, with all kinds of things which prevent positive dynamic growth. And then one day, even when I wake up and I decide I want to go ahead and plant in the field, sometimes the field is so overgrown with negativity, with laziness, that even when I want to plant, the land is no longer suitable for planting. Now, granted, we can make the land suitable for planting again, but it's going to take a little bit of time. We'll stop here for today. We'll, Amiras Hashem, continue in Tuesday's shir with the conclusion of Perek Vav. Shkoyach to everyone. Have a wonderful day.